guys, is he getting a second opinion, or what's kind of the delay?
Yeah, probably second, third, or fourth, and have a few doctors look at the imaging and see what they come up with. But you will know shortly. I'll let you know when I know.
What's been the conversation with Tari like? Cause it seemed like, let's say like a month ago, it seemed like he was trending to come back, and of course this is a player who like hates sitting home and stuff.
Yeah, it's be smart, big picture. Obviously, the later we go, into the season, it sucks for him. He wants to be out there playing. Obviously, like I said, when he played, he was in a little bit of pain. Played through some things, and then as it got worse, we decided to obviously give him that rest time. Time went well for him. Felt like he was healing, looked like he was healing, and then the ramp up to return to play is when he started feeling the same pain. And so from there, we decided to give him a little bit more time and get this latest imaging and see what happens after that. So the conversation with him is really be patient, look at the big picture, and you're young in your career, and we're not going to do anything to jeopardize you going forward. So whatever the best course of action is, we'll do that to take care of him.
You've had some differing fourth quarter rotations, guys have played differing amounts of minutes. How do you think the group has responded to that and handled that? I
mean, I think it's tough for certain guys. I mean, everybody wants to be out there playing. We got a competitive group and a lot of depth, and so for me, it's, I've kind of said it from day one, is you'll be rewarded based on how you're playing and certain things of that nature. Last game was I'm in with the defensive assignments he had and the way he was playing on both ends of the floor, and it's tough for certain guys, like I said, and we got a competitive group, so everybody wants to be out there. I think they all handle it well, root for each other, but they also know that they're going to get rewarded on what they're doing on the court, so it's kind of self-explanatory as far as that.
With the man's ability to score in the paint and his athleticism, now he's getting more minutes on the court. Is any plans to run any design plays for him in the post with his advantages that he has most nights against other guards?
Well, a lot of times he's not being guarded by guards. Most of the time they're trying to put big bodies on him, so from there we like him to attack and get to his spots, also get guys involved. But a lot of times we'll match him out there with the outpiece so they can't put their 5-man on him. But when he's out there, they doing what a la Ben Simmons or some of those guys, you put a bigger body on those guys. So until the shooting improves, we understand how teams are going to guard him with bigger players at times, but he has advantages with that as well. If he does have a guard on him, we know he can get to a spot and kind of rise up or get on the offensive glass and find ways to impact the game like he has lately. So he's doing a good job of figuring out how to impact the game, and I think we're figuring out ways to use him based on who the matchup is.
Going back to that rotation answer, because it has been so fluid, to what degree is it matchup based? The decisions you make, is it based on matching up with a particular opponent?
It's a little bit of both. It's matchup based and it's how you're playing. So take a look at both, and whatever unit we feel is best, going best at the time, or personnel that's playing the best. It's a big part of it, but obviously when Dylan gets fouls and you want defensive bodies out there for Durant and Booker, Amen's one of the guys we're gonna lean on. So it's a little bit of both.
Did you expect the rookies to push the rest of the rotation in that regard? And when did you kind of realize that they were going to start getting a regular run, I guess?
Well, I would say for Amen, it was always the plan, always immediate, position of need behind Fred. It's just the injury kept him out for quite a while. So Aaron stepped up, played well, and then working his way back into the rotation, getting in shape, making up for the time he missed. It was a big thing with him. Cam as well. I think, we got a ton of wings and bodies in front of him initially. He was slow to learn what we were trying to get across, and I think the time in the G League helped him out, but also the opportunity with Dylan going down and Tari being out kind of expedited that as well. So I think they've taken advantage of the opportunities they've gotten, but position need, I think Amen was always in the plan to work him in there and get significant minutes. It's just the injury that kind of hampered that.
What are some challenges that this Thunder group presents?
Obviously you start with Gilgeous-Alexander, an all-star, all-NBA guard, 30-point scorer for the last few years, and so, it's always got to account for those guys. But it's not just him; they have a good amount of depth, good wings in general, and I think Holmgren is a odd 5-man that presents a lot of problems. And so, they added some pieces a little bit different. They're playing a little different than when we saw them last. First and fast break points, obviously #1 in rim protection, and block shots, and then third and steal, so they're getting out and running a lot more, and so different challenges there, but it all starts with Shea and how you have to guard him, because he can score and get guys involved, but they do have depth and a lot of different guys that can impact the game.
And then
Same
what you
starters?
saw from, go ahead.
Well, I'm just same starters.
Yes.
What you saw from Jabari last game, I know you talked about all these guys being better all-around players. Is that kind of indicative of what you're seeing from Jabari?
Yeah, I think the midway point that really, got across how he can impact the game in other ways, not just being a spot-up shooter or scoring the ball. It's the use of versatility defensively. You saw that with Durant, but also getting on the glass has been a big thing. Like he kind of flipped and turned the corner as far as that. So to have 17 offensive boards and Alpi having 5, Alpi having 6, him and Amin having 5 each, they're impacting the game that way. And so he's figuring out, and I think that's the all-around game we want to see from him, not just if his shot is going in or not. He's impacting in other ways, and I was proud of him for sticking through it and missed the first few shots and kept shooting them, ended up 3 for 10 from 3, but want to keep his confidence up, and it was good for him to play through that.
What do you attribute your 3-point defense to? Is it a prioritization in terms of scheme, length, to contest? What do you think the biggest factors have been so far this season in that regard?
I think the biggest is switching a lot of actions, and so you keep the ball in front of you. Last year we really got hurt by pick and roll threes specifically, with our big being back and guards not really fighting to get over. So we like to switch a lot of those actions, take them off there. Then we pride ourselves one-on-one defensively to lock it into a man in a matchup and make other guys or take away the shots from other guys. And so that's the biggest part of it, but also understanding what specific teams do and the way the league is playing now. We're going to take the 3 away. And we're doing a good job protecting the paint as well, and that has to do with switching. So a little bit of both, but I think switching would be the biggest benefit for us.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.